82, and 74. Pivot this morning is 14, below support at 805, 95, 82, and 74. Resistance on the upside at 23, 34, 45, and 56. Welcome some of the new folks that are here. We are trading mini S&Ps. We use the levels we just gave out as a guide to the day. In addition to price action opportunities that might occur, we are trying to scalp this market for about, depending on volatility right now, I would say probably about 4 or 5 points. We have these levels that we give out as support and resistance in addition to price action opportunities. Like I said earlier, we've been very, very volatile over the last week or so, and we have to expand or contract our stops and profit targets based on the volatility that's out there. So every day has its own uniqueness to it, and that's what we try to do here on an everyday basis. We are basically just trading mini S&Ps here. Market downticks here a little bit. We got a little support down at the 05 area. Again, it's an area. We're not going to be perfect, so we have to trade it accordingly. And again, we're looking to scalp about 4 or 5 points, depending on your risk tolerance and how many contracts you trade. All that goes into a discussion as to how you trade these markets and what you're looking for as far as profit targets are concerned. All right. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area. We don't mind questions. And just to explain what's going on here, if you have any questions as to how we do things, what we do, let us know. Again, we are scalping these markets. We like to average about, I'd say, 4 or 5 trades during the course of a day. I would say lately we've been averaging a lot more than that as the markets have whipsawed from highs to lows. Some of our levels that we gave out in the morning on the downside, we added some more levels, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, we have hitting our upper side levels and adding more levels to the upside in the afternoon. We also focus more in the morning hours here to give us our opportunities to trade. We feel that the morning hours gives us good ebbs and flows to what we are looking for, as we have a nice rotation here against our 05 area. Again, we are scaling into the trade, so your scales have to be, we're buying support, so this is our first support level. It got triggered here. We got 4 points here very easily. And if you scaled in, maybe you got in at a better price, depending on what your risk tolerances are. So we have a nice rotation here against our 05 level that we gave out. I'll repeat the levels again. Our pivot this morning was 14, 44, 14. Support below here at 05, which, there they are. If you look at the chat box area, thanks a lot there, Don. You will see the levels that we gave out this morning, and we're going to use as a guide to the day. Those are going to be there to help us find areas of importance that we feel that will give us an opportunity to make some money. Not everything works out perfectly all the time, but that's why we talk about keep your stops in place, and then also having profit targets and also exit strategies in place as well. If you also are trying to stay long here, that everybody trades a little bit differently with many contract sizes. Nobody here trades the same way. And sometimes if you're scaling out of some trades, or if you're scaling into some trades, this is a way to take a little bit more than 4 or 5 points out on a trade here, as we're getting a nice rotation all the way back up here to our pivot. So nice little trade there against our first support level. Again, there's always a risk reward situation going on in that first bar. Very, very volatile bar is once the market opens up here at 8:30. So you're always going to get some volatility in that first bar. We talked about the risk reward relationship happening. Sometimes you're going to get quicker opportunities than other times, as we quickly come back up here to our 23 area. Who would have thunk it, right? If I knew that we were going to do that, I would have told you to hang on. But I just didn't know, obviously. So nice rotation here against our 23 area as well. Remember, it's an area, so we're scaling in. We are not going to be perfect. Obviously, we went a little bit below the 05 on the first level on the downside. Now here we almost got up to 23. We got 22. Well, now we're going to get to 23 if you didn't get it before. So now you're getting it. Again, we're looking for that first rotation to those levels to give us our opportunities to trade. There's a stronger, once it goes retested, there's always a little bit added risk involved in that trade. So you have to keep that in mind if you are trading and make those adjustments to your trading. I mean, not every, you always have to take the what the market is telling us, what the price action is telling us, and act accordingly as well, right? So those are the things that you have to be concerned about when you're trading. Did you get in the first time? Did you miss it? Or are you going to make an adjustment? They go to the upper end of the range, lower end of the range. And those are all questions that you have to ask yourself as an independent trader, because you are an independent trader. Nobody here trades the same way. Again, if you look at the chat box area, you will find the levels there that we gave out this morning. So nice rotation here against our 23 area as well. Nice rotation off of our first support level there at 05. And now we continue to uptick here. Again, we are looking to scalp the market. We're not trying to hit home runs. I mean, some of you bought the first support level and you're holding on to them. That's fantastic. It's great. It's not what I was doing, but if I knew that was going to happen, I would have told you. But we don't know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis here, hour-to-hour basis, minute-to-minute even, right? The way things have been trading lately, it's been crazy. But we try to pick our spots, try to find opportunities there where we think that the market will give us an area to focus in on and to try to make a little bit of money. That's what we do here every day. So with the volatility that's there, 4 or 5 points is not out of the question in regards to a profit target. We are, when things are quote unquote normal, we're looking more 2 to 3 point trades, but things have gotten a little bit. Yes, last week we were at 8 points as far as stops are concerned. So depending on volatility and that could change as the day goes on, right? Because in the morning goes on, because you never know what could affect the morning as well. So. All right, we're getting a nice rotation against our 23. If you didn't get out of all of them before, now the market's giving us our 4 points easily here. You got a nice entry point above there. It got up to 25 and change, and now rotated back down here. So nice way of starting the morning here. Speaking of which, we are also focused on the morning trade to give us our opportunities to trade. The first couple hours of the day, I think, gives us good, ample ebbs and flows. I think if you stay trade the rest of the day, the levels are good the rest of the day, but the dynamics of the markets change as the day goes on. So we have to be a little bit careful in regards to trading the afternoon trade. We're focused more on the morning hours here to give us our good trade, as the dynamics are there for us for these scalping opportunities. I think there's more volatility, more volume, and like I said, a little bit different trades totally differently as the day goes on. From a technical point of view, the market finally closed above Monday's big dominating bar. We shall see if it holds it or not. Technically, from a technical point of view, it's very important that it stays above this level here the rest of the week. It could trade on both sides of it, but it has to close up here above this area for this market to maybe regain some footing to the upside. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But the big sell-off on Monday, followed by the Fed thing on Wednesday, all created some volatility to the market and gives us trading opportunities. That's for sure. And again, we talked about how we had to expand our stops a little bit because of the volatility, because you have to, there's plenty of slippage involved when the markets are whipping around like they were last week. Maybe things will calm down a little bit here. I don't know. Looking at the ladder ticket, it doesn't look like it. Things could be a little bit more volatile still before we find a range area where we'll be consolidating. We don't know where that area is going to be. All we can do is look at the technicals and kind of share with you what we feel might happen, but we're not really looking at long-term trades anyway. So take it one day at a time here. Again, we're not looking at longer-term trades. We could give you longer-term predictions, but we don't trade longer-term trades here. We're focus more on the daily scalping opportunities that the market gives us. If anybody has any questions, the chat box area is where you should ask questions. That's where we have my window up, and we'll be able to answer them. Our next level of resistance on the upside is up at the 34 area. Again, we've made a nice rotation off of our first support level there. What your targets are each day, depending on what you're looking for as an individual trader. When markets have been kind of quote unquote normal, we'll get 4 or 5 trades a day. Now we're getting 4 or 5 trades an hour. Maybe for 2 hours we get up to maybe 10 or more. But then things will slow down a little bit, and then we will miss these days when the markets are moving around really quick. It will be position trading, and unfortunately waiting for markets to give us an opportunity to trade. But these days that's not the case. Some people like it this way, some people don't. It's all a matter of what risk tolerances you have. So from a technical point of view, the move on Friday was important, but then now we have to see how it does. If it's not going to be a dead cat bounce here, are we going to actually hold? But you can see the volatility was great. Crazy, not great. It was more than 100-point S&P moves in a day. Gives you plenty of opportunity to trade here. All right, let's see here what we could talk about. So again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. There are no, actually we do have Chicago PMI coming out here in 2 minutes. So be careful if you got any, because we don't like to put on trades when there's fundamental news going to be released. And there is Chicago PMI coming out here at 8:45. So in about 2 minutes or so. So keep that in mind. If you're going to get close to having a position on or something, we try to be flat when those numbers are released, and such is the case in about 2 minutes or so. In addition to that, there's going to be some Fed speaks at 10:30. Fed speaks at 11:40. So couple Fed speaks during the day that could create some volatility. So you never know what's going to happen there. As we coming up here, next level of resistance we have is up at the 34 area. Again, we do have a number coming out here as well, so be careful. All right. Let's see. Stock indexes are mixed ahead of the final session for January. Yeah, today is January 31st. The year is just slipping by. With contracts linked to S&P 500 inching lower, now they're a little bit higher. A spat of volatility continues to unnerve traders and investors on Wall Street, with equities rebounding strongly on Friday, closing decisively in the green. Despite the gains, the Nasdaq Composite is headed for its worst month since October of 2008, and the worst first month of the year of all time, prompting many to consider whether it's time to buy the dip, or as we head into February, as there's a number going to be coming out here momentarily. We really don't have anything on. We're not close to a level. We don't really have any price action opportunities. So we're kind of flat as far as I'm concerned. And maybe some of yours still have position on. I don't. While it's always hard to predict the bottom of the market sell-off, we believe the risk reward for U.S. stocks is becoming attractive, said some equity manager for UBS. The market's trading is off, and the average Nasdaq stock being down about over 40%. Could create an opportunity, said another guy from Blackstone said, as the market is going to be waiting for this number to be released here momentarily. Again, we're flat and don't have anything on right now. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area. All right, the numbers out here. Not really moving. Maybe a little bit bullish, but nothing great. Yeah, nothing really happening. So our next level of resistance we have is up at the 34 area. Support right now would probably be around our pivot if you're aggressive. Yeah, if you're aggressive. Again, there's different types of traders, and traders who are looking for more many price action opportunities. Others who are going to be picking their spots and waiting for good opportunities. Again, everybody's got different risk tolerances. Nobody trades the same here, so keep that in mind. And we try to. You have to understand your risk tolerance and trade it accordingly. Right? It's really that simple. It's really not. There's not much to it, right? You have to know what you are capable of and what you feel comfortable trading, and then find those areas that you feel comfortable trading and get into it, because that's what we try to do here. Make sure you are comfortable with the trades. The recognition of the trades is very important, and then execution of the trades is the hard part. Once we can recognize the trade, it's easy kind of to say, okay, I like this trade. It's setting up perfectly. There's a reason that I like to trade this area. And that's what we do here in our education course. We try to give you reasons to get into trades, reasons to find these areas that we talk about, these levels that we talk about. As a taught experience. It's not just, I just don't make these things up. We actually show you why they would work, how to find them, so that you can independently do this on your own. Because the goal of the education course that we have is for you to become an independent trader. All right. So the market really didn't react at all to this number, kind of hanging up here. The support level, again, if you're a little bit very aggressive, would be around our pivot area. Next resistance area would be up at the 34. Kind of in the middle here, just kind of treading water. No trade zone, at least for a bit here. See what it wants to do. Let's see here. What else can we talk about? Many of our best investors have emerged when other investors whose time horizons are short term disregard great companies at prices that look extraordinarily attractive when one has long term horizons, said another hedge fund manager. And on the sell side here, there's tremendous selling resistance at higher levels because so many people have lost money. And that, to me, is very similar to the dot-com bubble and other bubbles, said Morgan Stanley. Once the very speculative bubble breaks, it's not a V bottom because there are too many people looking to get out. And that's why I said that this week is going to be important to see if we can hold above the weekly level here of this, where we close at 44.23 area. So basically, we have to close above the 44.23 area to see what is going to really happen here. All right. The buy to dip mentality has been obliterated in the market, declares Bill Gross, founder of PIMCO. Maybe. We'll see. It's only been good for about 10, 15 years, so I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. The buy to dip reflex should be resistance in the environment we are likely to continue in the face of 22, said another guy. An environment where there is a reversal of accommodating monetary policy makes it very difficult to expect the returns to be robust, and it is necessarily the right thing to do to buy each pullback. We have much tougher times ahead with extremely low interest rates and a very high stock market, and with increasing, in some places, accelerating inflation, we could see a long period of time with low returns. Everybody's getting a little bit cautious, I guess. Some people are, some people are not. Who knows? And that's why we don't like to take any long-term predictions here. We just trade the market each day as it comes. Whatever happens, it happens. I mean, obviously, we all own stocks probably, and sometimes when the markets are crashing, you feel like, oh, good. Sometimes I would be trading sometimes, and I wouldn't really know if the market closed up or down because I would just be trading in and out of market, in and out of trades. I wouldn't even know where, what was happening. And that's, if you're a trader every day, all you care about is getting opportunities to trade. You're not really caring if the market goes up or down. Maybe when you get after the trade's done, after the day's done, you can look at your app now that gives you all that information. Right? Everybody's got information on their phones, whatever they need. Their whole life's on their phones. Amazing. Thanks there, Don. If you look at the chat box area, you will find the levels that we gave out this morning. Our guide to the day. Don, your buddy Mark is celebrating the Rams' entry into the Super Bowl, barely. So he's a little bit, he went to the game yesterday, so he's a little bit, probably be back tomorrow, maybe, if he sleeps it off. It's in California, so he was out later than you and me for sure. All right, we're just kind of hanging up here. The settlement price is 323.25. So we're both sides of the settlement price. Very, very quiet. It's nice to see some quietness in the market after the last few days of craziness. So nothing wrong with a little quietness. Been way, way over trading lately. There you go, Don. Bingo. Easy peasy. It was very good. Yeah, the playoff games have been fantastic. I don't know if the Super Bowl is going to be fantastic or not, but we'll see. As the market continues to uptick here, looking at the 34 area or next level of resistance that we have. Yeah, I don't know if the Super Bowl is going to be as dramatic or as fun to watch as the last couple weeks in football. If you're a football fan. We swiftly come up here to our 34 area, in case you are wondering. Again, we are looking for opportunity to trade, ebbs and flows, trying to take advantage of them when the market gives us those opportunities. Again, so do I there, Don. So kind of that's what I'm looking at as well. Yeah, I kind of come up here, test this 34 area. Keep your stops in place no matter what, right? We always talk about that. It's always very important to keep your stops in place. We're not going to be right every time. We don't want to. We had a nice morning with the first couple levels. We don't want to, just be not prudent and just give everything back because the one trade didn't work, right? But doesn't matter. You just take the opportunity when it presents itself, and we'll go from there, right? That's all we can do. All right, working this 34 area here a little bit. You're getting nice 3 points here on this return here. So nice little trade there if you did jump in. Nice little push all the way down there really quickly there. If you're scaling it, you got to have orders in place sometimes. The way this is kind of moving around, right? And you can't, decide, I want to cover it. I mean, only those ones that you are going to hold on to try to get a little bit more than 4 or 5 points. Maybe you don't have to have an order in place, but You pretty much have to have your exit strategies in place in these markets because the markets do whip around really quick, have these gaps that they create, and sometimes you get a nice fill there with a nice little gap down or gap up. You never know, right? You just never know. But we did get a nice rotation here off of our 34 area. All right, so again, we're looking at for that area to get hit the first time up there. And now we'll see what it wants to do. Next level of resistance we have is up at the 45 area. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area. We like questions. I don't mind them. If you want to know what we do here, if you want to, everything I say as far as levels or trades are concerned, we teach you how to find them, what to look for, why they would be considered a trade, why, and then you have to determine that on your own whether you want to take those trades or not, because everybody here has different risk tolerances, right? So recognition of the trade is one aspect of trading, and then execution is the second aspect. And those are all dependent on each individual here with each individual risk tolerances. Everybody's got different risk tolerances. Some people trade multi contracts. Some people don't trade as, maybe trade one or two. Some people trade 5 or 10 or 20. Everybody's different. We just try to guide you here along the way to areas that we believe the markets will work for us and give us an opportunity to scalp. Again, we're not looking for any home runs or long-term trades. I wish I could have told you to hold on to the 05 level on the downside, and half an hour later you'll be selling it 30 points higher. I wish I could have told you that. And if I knew that was going to happen, I would have shared it with you, I promise. And if you knew it was going to happen, I hope you would have shared it with me. But all right, again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area, and we will maybe repeat the levels in the chat. If you are looking, if you have the chat box up, if you look at the chat box area, you will find the levels there for us momentarily. Again, there they are. We're going to use those as a guide to the day. Again, not everything here is etched in stone. Keep your stops in place. But we're getting a nice rotation here off of our 05 support level on the downside. Then we had a nice rotation against our 23 level, the first resistance area. And then we had a nice rotation against the 34 area here. And so our next level of resistance we have is up at 45, as you can see. So that's it for economic news here that I have. Let's see, nearly $1 trillion of U.S. private equity deals were announced in 2021. And exits, which is about 2.5 times the volume of the previous year and more than double the previous peak of 2007. Big leverage buyouts are continuing to pace this year as well, with private equity firms Elliott Management and Vista Equity nearing an agreement to purchase Citrix Systems for about $13 billion. The company makes software that allows employees and companies to access their network remotely among other cloud computing capacities. All right, market coming up here. Next level of resistance we have is up at the 45 area. That's the next level of resistance that we have up here. Swiftly coming up here to the 45 area. All right, coming up here to the 45 area. Going to test this 45 area here a little bit. See what it wants to do up here. All right, it's getting a nice little quick rotation there against our 45 area. And make sure you keep your stops in place no matter what, right? And testing this 45 area here a little bit. Again, keep your stops in place. And let's see, let's give you some levels up here. We got 56 above here. Then we have 66, 77, and then 87 above the 56 area. Above 56, we've got 66, 77, and then 87. As the areas above the 56, in case we continue to rally here. Working this 45 area here, again, giving a chance to, if you don't like the price action, to get some contracts off. If you are having multiple contracts on, getting you a chance to make a little bit or scratch it. So seeing what it wants to do here, you're working an order, and you can make adjustments to the markets, right? In case the market's giving you, though you don't like the price action, and if we don't like the price action, that's what it's kind of telling us right now. Maybe you get out some for a little bit of a profit and lessen your risk. If you look at the chat box area, we have added the levels that we gave out this morning to the upside. Again, we never know which way markets are going to go. All we can do is trade what the market gives us. And hopefully that's what we are trying to do here. So we've added some levels to the upside there. As you can see, we have 66, 77, and then 87. So we're working this 45 area here a little bit. Again, you have choices. You can get that out of some. You can minimize your risk a little bit, whatever the situation may be. Everybody here has different risk tolerances and how you trade. So at least it's not running out. There's a nice little rotation for you against it. A nice little push here off of that 45 area for us. Quick dive down. And continues to dive down. There's a nice little trade there. Hopefully some of you did get in against it. Had to take a little bit of heat on this one. This one wasn't as clean and crisp as the other couple trades that we've had. But hey, still been okay. Still a good trade. So hopefully some of you did jump in. And again, we do this on an everyday basis. We're looking for these opportunities to scalp the market based on the work that we do. Hopefully some of you are jumping in here and taking advantage of these opportunities that the market creates for us. And like I said, we like to average about 4 or 5 trades a day. I think we've been doing that lately. Easily. We've been doing that easily these days, right? With the volatility the way it's been. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area. If you like what we do here, everything we do here, every trade that we talk about is a taught experience. We show you why these trades work, where to look for them, how they would, how you can react to, how do you trade them according to your risk tolerances. We work with each individual here independently, so we try to maximize your risk tolerance based on what you are trying to achieve every day as a goal. And look, if you've made your goal, you made your money that you've been looking for this morning, then you're good to go, right? You don't have to keep trading these markets because you never know when one trade kind of messes you up here. And who wants that? All right, you can see here the next level of resistance we have is up at the 56 area. So we had a nice little rotation down against the 45. Gave you choices, but we did finally get a push down to 43. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. As we continue to uptick here, next level of resistance we have is up at the 56 area. Nice rotation here by this market. Again, we're getting a move here and kind of in the middle of the day. Not the middle of the day, but just kind of middle of the morning here. Continued his rally from Friday. Again, we never knew which way it was going to go, right? We kind of broke down initially, then held, and then come back up here. Next level of resistance we have is up at the 56 area. right, coming up here to 56. Who would have thunk we're going to get up here to 56 so fast? And we're trading the 56 area now. All right, nice rotation there against the 56 area there. All we're trying to do is find ebbs and flows of the market. A nice little push here off of our 56 area. Oh, wow, that was pretty. Who would have thunk it? Wow, where'd that come from? All right, well, that was a nice little trade there. Yeah, that was riskless. If our 56.75 got up to initially got up to just 56. So, all right, nice little trade there for us. If you did jump in. All right. So hopefully you were able to get in, even if you just had the level straight up. Got up to 675 there, bounced off, and then a nice little flush down there, very quick. All right, guess we can't complain. I mean, I'm sure somebody will complain. Always the case here, right? I'm trying to tell you to be patient, wait for the opportunities, wait for levels, and all our levels here is, based on how fast the markets are whipping around, giving us opportunities. We got plenty of opportunity. We had easily 5 trades here this morning, and we like to average that. And like I said, over the last week or so, we've definitely been averaging a lot more than that. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. All right, nice little trade there. Maybe some of you did jump in. Again, it's a matter of being patient and waiting for opportunities. All right, next level of resistance we have is up at the 66 area. Again, these areas that we talk about are taught. We don't make up these levels. We show you why they would work. And the goal here is to make sure you find these areas on your own, try to understand why they're there, and how you could capitalize on them if you are looking for those opportunities. Okay. All right, so nice little resistance area there at the 56. Again, we focus on the morning hours to give us our good opportunities to trade, and then we'll see what happens from there, right? And if you made your money this morning, that's great. Hopefully, some of you have. And now we're just kind of nothing wrong with taking your cash here and waiting for tomorrow. All right. Next level of resistance, like I said, we have is up at the 66 area. And you have our new levels that we gave out this morning. Additional levels, I should say. And really, I mean, there is really above 87. I could probably give you 94-ish, maybe 99, right? But then really there's nothing till 45.15. Nothing really, no really good resistance up until 45.15. If we get up, we got probably about the 45 to 94 to 99 even area, and then all the way up to 45.15. That would be our next good resistance area above this 87. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do today. I don't know where the market's going. I just know that this is what I'm giving you here, based on the work that we do. And if the market decides to continue this rally, Don, you got anything up there besides from 87? I mean, really, I don't got nothing till 45.15. I got maybe the 95 to even area. All right. Again, so we're kind of having a little bit of resistance up here against this our 56 area here. Got up to 8 and 58 and coming off here a little bit. And I got those too, but I'm just above 87 actually. Because I don't have anything till any good resistance till 45.15 after that. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box area. And now we got support down at the, well, 30 area, if we get back down there. Yeah, 95. Okay. Yeah, I got 95 also, and 4507. Okay. Well, I would agree with you that what I'm looking, as far as momentum trades are concerned, there, I'm looking for the market to set it up for us. If the markets, but the price action kind of sets up the opportunity for that momentum trade, then I'd be all on it. Did I know that the market was going to continue to rotate to the upside? I did not. Obviously, there was nothing as far as the price action that would have helped me to tell you that there was a momentum trade being set up to the upside here. And we needed the price action to give us that opportunity. All right. I mean, that's basically what we're looking for as far as momentum trades are concerned. We have to let the market kind of dictate. Basically, I'm always looking at the market to give us our opportunities. The price action to give us our opportunities, because at the end of the day, the price action is what is going to dictate the movement in the market and the movement and our opportunities to trade. So it never really set up as a momentum trade today. There were other times where where we could have said, all right, let's trade the if we get above a certain area, or even if we get below a certain area, we're looking to buy it or sell it. But as of the moment, there was again, like I said, I take my keys off of what the market is telling me, and I did not get an opportunity that told us that we should be buying it from a momentum trade based on the price action. So it's very easy to look at the market after the fact and say, oh gosh, it's going up, but we should have just bought it. And last week you could have told me the same thing, where, oh, it's going down, we should have sold it. It's just, but in here, there was nothing there that told me that it was going to continue to rally, or that we needed to have a momentum trade, not so much continue to rally. But sometimes the market sets up for a momentum trade, but it didn't. As far as the work that we do, it did not set up that way for us. And that's why there wasn't any. The resistance we have is up at the 66 area. Support right now would be around the 30 to 35 area. All right, we're just kind of hanging up here at the top end of our range here. Okay, James, thank you. Me too. Now we're just kind of hanging, drifting around the upper level here. Get support right around the 30 to 36 area. Kind of in the middle here, would probably be considered a no trade zone up here. So Market again, just rotating back up here a little bit. I got a little resistance at around the 66 area, and next good support level will be between 30 and 35. And again, here you're kind of guessing as to where it's going to go, when it's going to stop, stuff like that. So kind of you guessing here, if anything. So that you look at our good support and good resistance areas, and right here in the middle, kind of be a little bit patient.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. I wanted to welcome all the current subscribers to today's session of Trade Along Live with Saul. We're here trading days from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, with the body of the trading generally happening between 9:30 and 11:30 a.m. on a daily basis or a trading day basis. Our day starts out with giving out proprietary scalping levels. They are posted. Don, thank you so much. We had the levels today at 43.14, resistance at 23, 34, 45, 56, 66, 77, and 87. Below we had 05, 43.95, 82, and 74. These are the levels and zones that Saul sets for his own trading. He gives them out to everybody as a guide. He calls them levels and zones because there is an adaptation that happens based on true price movement during the morning session. Trading is fluid. You have to adapt. You have to be nimble. Saul is here during the trading day helping traders based on this service. This is an educational-only service. Saul is trading and scalping for his own trading account, so he is at risk. He's also working with traders as they trade along with him during session. He provides his key levels right around the cash open. We go through the morning session together. We like to be done early and finish for the day. In other words, having bank money for the day. The service is nominal based on its price. My opinion is that you should have banked your money this morning to pay for this service. We've broken up this opportunity into two distinct opportunities. One is this Trade Along Live service that is on daily, again from 9 a.m. till about 12 noon is when we are here working it out based on the trades. And again, everybody's different. Everybody comes to the party differently. If you have a trading technique, great. Then having Saul's proprietary scalping levels and zones from an educational point of view only is a unique leg up for this trading session, and again tomorrow's trading session and the day after's trading session. And to be able to trade along with him based on this session is another great leg up for you as an individual trader. So if you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. TradeAlongLive.com. TradeAlongLive.com is the access to come in and register as a guest. We do ask guests to transition pretty quickly over to our nominal fee. It's usually $379 a month. Right now we have it on for $150. If you get the $150, you get to keep it. So if you like to have those links to receive the discount sent to you, we do that in this Zoom webinar in the chat area, and we send it out. You're able to subscribe. You get the discount. You get to keep it, or you subscribe. You know, some people just want to pay the $379 because of that. I guess appreciative of what Saul brings to the table, and that he's here doing this on a daily basis. Saul also has his Trading Academy, which is a way for him and you, actually, I should say it's a way for you to get together with Saul in private class, a private Zoom room, classroom, and he gets to assess where you are, where you'd like to be, and he helps you navigate, add to, adjust, and tweak yourself with the goal of helping you reach the goal of consistent profitability. That's done in the Academy. That is done at TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com. TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com. So in this service, you see a series of 3 charts in a separate chart window, 2 time frames for the S&P 500 E-mini, and a 30-year bond chart. If you're new to trading and you want to get set off on the right foot, let us know. First step is to join this Trade Along Live session. So become part of Saul's friends and family, pony up the $150 a month or pony up the $399 a month. If you want the link, the discount link, you can do the $399 right on the website. which is tradealongtradingacademy.com. If you like the discount link, you have to let us know by raising your hand in the service, and we'll send you out the discount link. The discount link is a limited opportunity. We don't know when we're going to have it. It only works based on the link we send you. That's an exploding link. In other words, or what do they call it? A link that disappears, a disappearing link. So if you are interested, raise your hand and I'll send it out to you. If you've been coming in and you just haven't paid anything, or you're not motivated to because we're so kind here to pony up, then we'll just exit you. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that everybody's here for the right reason, that they are all subscribing and rowing the boat in the right direction. Hey, Laurel, how are you doing? Laurel, excuse me. Yvette, let me know what you're doing. Michael T, did that transition nicely for you? I think you were tired of hearing my voice. You wanted to know if there was anything else going on except for wah, which I think is interesting. Sometimes impatience is a good thing, but we just don't tolerate that here. Michael M, let me know what you want to do. And anybody else, just let me know. And I'll be in the background. Oh, thank you for raising your hand. I'll send that out to you now. Thank you. Oh, we got two. Nice. I saw send you out the discount links. Anybody else? Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Don't be a backbencher. Let's get you up here. Everybody else out there, tradealonglive.com, tradealonglive.com. We're here every trading day focused on the S&P 500 E-mini. Pop in. It takes a second to register. You come in as a guest, and you can make a decision for yourself. It's for new traders and experienced traders that are looking to develop what we call consistent profitability, trading a instrument, index futures. Remember, trading is risky. Only risk capital should be used. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. And again, if you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. TradeAlongLive.com, TradeAlongLive.com. If you want to go check out the website, it's TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com. TradeAlongTradingAcademy.com.